It is I, Brain Smasher, here today with a contest entry video. The good fellow Roger Kjørvik over at Roger Kjørvik on YouTube has reached a milestone in his subscriber count. And to celebrate, he is having a contest wherein you are to show 6 albums with evil depicted on the cover and 6 shout-outs to other YouTube channels focusing on the devil's music in the VC. So, that's what I have for you today. Congratulations, Roger. Roger, if you're not familiar, is a really good YouTuber. He cuts right to the chase. He only talks about music. I love how 5 seconds into his videos, he is on topic, talking about metal, no other bullshit. He's from Norway, so I love that he has a perspective from the country where all the greatest black metal comes from. And his taste is very diverse, but really similar to mine. He's maybe a little bit older than me, so we have a lot of, I think, wheelhouses in common, if you will. So go check out his channel. He does great stuff. I've got a couple other shout-outs for channels for you also to check out as well. But first, the devilish, nightmarish, evil album covers that we will get to. So, I hope you're prepared. First, we have Rebellion's Annihilation. This is a Brazilian frenzied, unholy death metal band of the most furious order. And here we have depicted on the cover a holy synagogue in flames. It's pretty evil, isn't it? It's pretty boogity. God, look at these guys. Those sunglasses are, yeah, pretty evil. Anyways, these guys really take it to the highest level. Super brutal and extreme. I think they broke up not too long after this came out. But yeah, I think a lot of people kind of know this band and this album. It's pretty good. Hammerheart put this one out. I think you should be able to find copies of this for fairly cheap. But talk about infernal South American death metal. It's really good. And another channel that I watch, Heavy Therapy, did a response video, and I like the way he did a album and then a shout out. Album and then a shout out. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be particular with my shout outs here because I feel like a lot of my friends in the VC are aware of one another, and I feel like most of you guys are most likely subscribed to all my friends who have been doing this for quite a while. So what would be the point of recommending Heavy Metallurgy or The Dark Path or Ground Zero Salem or Eric Bauer? Like, those are my friends. You guys all know those guys. So I want to shout out channels that are like less than 200 subscribers or so. New channels. People who need more content and need more subscribers, in my humble opinion. So don't be offended if I leave you out and you're a friend of mine who also does these videos, but I'm trying to reach outside of our community and network, you know, kind of make friends. So the first one I want to shout out is Beaver Mosh. It's a newer channel, maybe 6 months or so. Maddie over at Beaver Mosh does very intense deconstructions of new releases. She has a very articulate method of breaking down albums to the very minute degree, and I really appreciate her just elaborate way of breaking down albums, and she has a really interesting kind of taste for some newer black metal kind of stuff. So check her out, Beaver Mosh. I'm going to put down their links to all this stuff. Back to the evil! Possessed The Eyes of Horror. This is a skull, first of all. It doesn't get much more evil than a skull. And I don't know if you can tell, but there are fucking demons coming out of the eyes of this skull. Woo! Damn! Fuck. I'm kind of getting spooked holding this fucking thing. And it's called the Eyes of Horror. So, is there anything more evil? And possessed. Upside down cross. Fucking evil. Man, I love this thing. I wish this was a full length. If this was a full length, this would probably be my favorite possessed release. I said it. There, I said it. I kind of think Seven Churches is kind of a hot mess. I love what it is, but it doesn't sound very good. And I kind of feel like it's a little bit too much. This, I think, is a little bit more astute. It's a little bit more mature. It's kind of doing something more that I love. There, yeah. Like, I feel like Seven Churches is a death metal album, but this is more of a thrash metal record. And this is kind of what I want to hear Possessed do. For some reason, I don't know. That's my non-humble opinion. So I also want to shout out a new channel, Literal Lee. He's been kind of in the comments and a supporter of my channel and other friends' channels for a long time. He's been streaming with Jeff over at Gas Masks and Hand Grenades for a while. But Lee has started to do videos on various topics. And I've been really enjoying his series where he interviews artists. Lee is an illustrator. And so they just kind of talk shop about music, but also the art of the album cover and the illustration and all that kind of stuff. So check that out. Literal Lee, right down there. Good guy. Good taste. Also has Marillion albums in his collection, and I'm curious to know more about that. I'm a big Marillion fan. Back to the evil! So, since this video is for Roger Kjørvik out of Norway, I thought I should pick a Norsk band. And here we go. Old Man's Child. Born of the Flickering. Have you ever been born of a flickering? Fuck. Super evil. This person, this poor soul, is so possessed by evil. You can just tell. You can just tell. Look in his eyes. This person is so possessed by evil that the bottom half of his head is a skull. Have you ever been that fucking possessed by evil? Probably not. I doubt it. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous reissue by Ted of the Crypt of one of the best Norwegian black metal records there ever was. I don't know how to get people to listen to this more. Like, I feel like this is a top 20 Norwegian black metal album. But I think a lot of people who weren't around when this came out may be under the impression that this and the release before it, In the Shades of Life, is kind of buried by the band's output that came out later. They had a string of albums that were crap. Once Nick Barker joined the band, it didn't go very well. But the first couple, 3 or 4, were pretty solid, and then they went to shit. And I feel like they got really famous when they went to shit. So I think a lot of people just kind of don't pay attention to any of their stuff. And their name is kind of weird. But this is a phenomenal Norwegian black metal release. Love Born of the Flickering. And it is super evil. So the next shout out I want to give is to a kind of newish, but also kind of dormant channel. I want this to be an opportunity to kick Matt in the ass to make more videos. Recently moved into a new house, so I know that that's a lot of upending to go through to try and shoot videos in the wreckage of moving into a new home. But it's been 4 months, Matt. Come on, let's get some more content out of you. Anyways, Matt has maybe shot maybe like 6 or 7 videos or so, and has a really varied kind of palette, just like I do. So Metallog is the channel name. Again, links for all this down below. So check out Matt. Matt make more videos because here's some subscribers headed your way. Yeah, back to the back to the evil. Yeah, it's that. It's Seance for never laid to rest. Good. Check out this altar. Just check out this fucking altar. It is so possessed by evil. There's not even a sacrifice or bloodletting going on this altar, but this altar is so overtaken by evil that it is emitting souls of departed creatures and skeletons on its own volition because of evil. It's just unfathomable how evil of a occurrence this painting captures. Can you imagine just being there while this emanation of sulfuric souls was occurring? Can you imagine the evil that would most likely possess your own brain, mind, and body? This is a death metal masterpiece. I have the flag, the CD, the shirt, and the LP. Fucking rules. Oh, next, another channel that I want to kick in the ass to make more videos. On Stuff with Jeff is the channel. Jeff is a nerd of the highest order, and I respect his interests and varied palette of lots of different kind of metal nerdery. And he's very astute and intelligent about telling stories and talking about the music that he's into, and other things like books, D&D, fantasy kind of stuff. So check out On Stuff with Jeff. He's been really busy running for a local office. I'm not sure what he won the election of, so I'm not sure if the channel is dead or dormant or what. I went through my subscriptions tonight just to find the channels that I wanted to choose to shout out here, and like, I try and subscribe to anybody who's doing metal YouTube videos and have for years, but there were probably, I don't know, 25 or so just dead channels. People who uploaded maybe 5 or 6 videos within the last couple of years and just dropped it. And it was just such a bummer. There's a lot of potential for people out there doing good work and just dropped it. It was just kind of a bummer. So these are channels that are mostly active and should make more content. So this might be, I'm afraid to touch it. This thing is, this is just teeming with evil. Total inhumanity. Macabre's Sinister Slaughter. Whoa! Hot to the touch. It even has a red vinyl to it. Is there anything more evil than that? It is evil because most of the most well-known serial killers in American history are depicted upon this horrendous album cover, and as well as the members of Macabre, right here. We've got your John Wayne Gacy's, your Charlie Mansons, your Ed Geins. They're all there. You even got fornicating dolls on the front and a pentagram made out of chicken flesh. This thing is so evil. Got these guys, the cat always kind of freaked me out. You've got guys with guns, rednecks, eating meat on a table, but the cat, for some reason, just, you let a cat on the table? That's so creepy and evil. This is, I don't know. This thing just kind of defies pigeonholing into any kind of a genre. It's kind of thrashy, grindy, death metal. You just gotta hear it. You just gotta hear it. It's fun. There's really no other metal band, I think, that is as talented technically as brutal as they are, and hilarious and fun all at the same time. They satisfy in a ton of different ways. Nuclear Blast 93, if I'm not mistaken. This is one of my few Nuclear Blast vinyls. And so, another shout out. Stormwind 79, UK, I believe. Kind of newer-ish, maybe 2 years or so. Does a lot of great content. Has a pretty fair amount of videos. And it just has a great palette and taste for more of the black metal kind of side of things. Just has a really knowledgeable reach into the world of kind of older stuff, not so much new stuff. So I kind of feel like we're brethren and that we're kind of like talking about a lot of older things, not quite maybe as much as I do, but does great stuff. I really like his eloquence and demeanor. It's really smart. So check out Stormwind 79 down there below. And the final piece of evil, I can't believe I did this. I chose 2 albums that I have flags of right behind me. So, Opus Nocturne by Marduk. Look at that. There is so much evil vomiting on boobs. Totally evil. We've got your devil guy here just erupting from the mountain, just calling forth demonic beings. We've got a demonic goat person farting on a devotee of Christ. That's pure fucking evil. That's my kind of evil. And then look at the members of the band depicted here, just so evilly, so evil. Melodic Swedish brutality. Also 93, I want to say. This is a 2017 Osmos reproduction. Love this album. I may love Heaven Shall Burn a little bit more, and in fact, that probably would have been a better pick for a album cover, but I don't have it on vinyl. I would love to. I need to get it. So, that's the last of the evil. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I appreciate us partaking in this celebration of blasphemous evil. And finally, the last channel that I want to shout out, that again is not a friend of mine, outside of my wheelhouse, outside of our web of connected VC metal nerd friends. It's called the Here Lies Metal Podcast, and it's a pair of humans who they do a podcast, so you can listen to it just as a podcast, but they're a duo of metal nerds, kind of more into the traditional kind of style, but they really go super in depth about specific albums or specific topics. They just do a really good job of having engaging conversation, and I feel like it's kind of a breath of fresh air to watch and listen to 2 people debating and conversating about metal, I feel like this metal YouTube is a lot of like one-way communication, and then the comments go down below, and then we talk down there. But the Here Lies Metal Podcast is a podcast, but also they do like the video version of the podcast, so it's not just audio. You can watch it. They love the people, and they're just really good at conversation, and I really appreciate them for kind of doing that conversationally rather than just like the one-way communication. So Here Lies Metal Podcast down below. Subscribe to them. So that's it. We have a video. We have a contest entry for Rugger Kjørvik. Good job. Let's get Rugger up to 1,000. And that's it. Oh, in the background, Simon. Sorry. I've been playing Anasarka's God Machine. It's good. It's brutal. That's about all I have for you. I need to go to bed. It's getting fucking late. Thank you guys. See you next time. Woohoo! That was a great video, and it was made possible mostly by me, but also thanks to the undying and kind support of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you all. I love you. If you are interested in being a part of my Patreon channel and supporting what I do, you are welcome to join at the URL below. It is only $6.66 per month, and you're going to love it. Thank you.